Exporting 150 or even 20 sheets in Revit can get messy, especially when some need custom setting. So in this video, I will show you a smarter plugin based workflow that makes the process smooth and professional. Okay, I have already created some sheets and views in this project to see how we can test exporting them. And for this, we're going to use this droots plugin. As you can see, it has a lot of different options, but in this video, we are going to just see what we have in this Pro Sheets section. We are going to use this for exporting our documents, sheets, and drawings. Depending on the amount of drawing, depending on the number of views you have, it might take a few seconds to load all of them in here. And after that, you can simply select the views or sheets and then set the setting that you want in these parts and export it simply. We're going to check all of these one by one. So in this first section, we have this selection tab. In here, we can see all of the sheets, or we can switch to views to export them this way. I'm going to go back to sheets because this is the final result that we usually export our drawings. So we're going to test everything on this setting. After that, when you have all of the sheets in here, you can simply select them all, or you can simply check them one by one and export them this way. If you select nothing, you cannot go to the format or create section. Okay, so first part, we have the sheet number. After that, the sheet name, the revision size of the sheet, and then current revision date. If you add revision on these sheets, none of these sheets have any revision on them, so these sections are empty. But the size of the sheet is A2, so we have it in here. Also, in this part, we have a custom file name that we are going to work on this part at the end. So after you select your sheets, you can simply go to the next part. In Format tab, first we can select the type of export that we want. If we want PDF, DWG, DGN, IFC, images, or any other. I usually use this PDF, DWG, and this image. So these are the parts that we usually use, but mostly for exporting sheets, we use DWG and PDF. Okay, so we're going to talk about the options that we have in PDF section. If you look at these parts, this is exactly like the export setting of the Revit itself. We talked about all of these parts previously in this video in top right corner. You can check it if you are interested, but in here I'm going to just explain it very simple. So in paper placement, we have two options: center or offset from corners. If you select this center, you don't have any other option. The sheet you're doing will be set exactly in the center of this PDF. But if you switch to offset from corner, you can set it on any margin, any value of the borders, or any custom manual setting that you want from the X or Y section, and you can set it in this part. The hidden line views is about the quality of your PDF. I have checked this previously, and actually there isn't that much difference between these two. It might be because of the computer, the system you're using. So I usually set it exactly on whatever it is set before. After that, we have zoom section. Also, we have two options in here: fit to page. This might change your scale. And then we have this zoom option, which you can set it in this part. Again, I don't really change these parts. I keep the scale on my drawing and the size of my sheet, the exact value that I want, and I keep it the same way all the time this way. After that, we have appearance. This part is very important. We have raster quality. You can switch the quality of your sheets in this part. If you are just testing how it looks, you can go with low. This option gives you a very good quality for checking it and for seeing all of the detail. Also, medium, high are very good, but if you want to have a final export, you should definitely go with presentation. it gives you the best quality. So after this, we have the colors. You can choose between color, grayscale, or black lines. This also depends on you. And then we have this setting for the printer. If you have printer and connected to your computer, you can like set it on that. If not, it will just export them as a PDF file. At the end, we have these options setting in here. Again, I have explained them on the video in the top right corner, but they are very simple options that you can use. I feel like some of them are not working honestly, but if you want, you can check. For example, we have this height, ref level, reference plane, or work planes. If they are on, usually they won't affect on the drawing or the PDF, but if you want, you can keep them checked or unchecked. And we have this height crop boundaries. If you have any, you can check it or uncheck it, and these very small options. And the last part is about the creating separate file or combining all of these files together. So if you select this create separate files, in here you will get 3 different PDF files for each one of these sheets. If you switch this to combine, you will get one whole PDF combining all of these 3 sheets together. And if you switch to this combine multiple views sheets into a single file, you will see a few different options too. If you check this one, maybe when you have like a sheet with A0 size and another sheet with A3 size, and their size will be the same. If you don't check this option, and these will be all combined together, maybe all of them will be an A3 size, and this might not look very good. Of course, we don't usually submit combined files, but if you want to even check it, you need to keep this in mind to check this option. Then we have this custom file name, which is exactly the option we had in here, and I told you that we are going to talk about it at the end. And then we have order sheets and views. You can move them up or down when it is a combined file. Okay, if this is important for you, you can just simply select them, move them up or down, or rotate them maybe. After you set all of these parts, you can go to create tab, and in here the only thing you need to do is to assign an address and then click on this create. Your sheets will be created the same way that you set them. A few other options that we have in here, for example, is this one, save all files in the same folder location in the part that we have set before. And we have the save and the split files by file format. Maybe they have like different formats, you can use this option. After that, we have this set paper size. As you can see, we have this size in here. If you open this part, you can see a lot of different sizes in here too, and you can choose between them. Next, the set orientation. As you can see in here, all of them are on landscape. If we switch this to portrait, they will be changed. I need to select all of these parts and switch this to portrait. Okay, then I'm going to click on this create. We need to wait a few seconds for our PDF to be created. Then you will see this message, go to open file. You will go to the folder you have set in this part, and there you can see your PDF. Since I changed these sections to like portrait, and in the format section I set this on presentation, and I didn't have this intention to export these sections, so I didn't set them on a reasonable quality. It took a lot of time for this root for ProSheet to export my PDF, and the result wasn't good because the orientation was set on portrait. So you need to always check all of these options before you click on this create. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is this custom file name. Double click on this section, and in here you can create a pattern for the naming of all of the separate sheets that you want to export. This is very important because we don't have this option in like Revit export, this can be very helpful. I'm going to remove all of these parts. For example, let's say we want to have a name that starts with the name of the sheet, the sheet number, and maybe any revision, maybe current revision, revision date, or any description, any special name, or the project name, all of these parts. I'm going to also add this project name, and at the end we can add this current revision. Okay, and you can add prefix and suffix for them. You can add bracket, parentheses, or just very simple line. I'm going to add a bracket in here. At the end, I'm going to add another one, a separator, a line in here. I'm going to delete this one. Then we can have a very simple dash, another dash in this part, and I think the last one in here. I'm going to, do we need to delete this one? I think yes, or maybe this way. I'm going to click on OK to see the example in this part. I have add too much. Let's just delete these two, click on OK. I think this is good. So the naming for all of these parts will be set this way, and if you change them in this project browser or you change their name, you can always use this. It doesn't matter if it is a plan, a 2D view, an elevation, or any other thing. It will always follow the sheet name, sheet number, revision, or these things. I think this part is very helpful. Also, if you are okay with this pattern and you want to keep it, you can simply save and add it to the setting, so it will always follow it this way. You will always export your sheets or views with the pattern and the naming format you want. This will make your job so much easy. And also the important section, that you can export a lot of different number of sheets all at once, is very important. So this is how I usually export any document doing sheets that I need, and I think it is very helpful. At the end, I also need to mention this section is scheduling assistant. You can simply schedule exporting for your project, and you can set it on a date and time. It will export automatically the sheets, the setting that you have set before, and you can have already exported PDF or DWG file or any other file on your computer when you need it. I think this part is also very useful. So thank you for watching until now. I really hope you enjoyed and learned from it. If you have any suggestion or any topic in your mind that you want me to cover, just leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.